Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to touch on something that's been quite disturbing to me. On January 20th of 21, this administration was presented with a great opportunity. Sudan had just become party to the Abraham Accords. The Abraham Accords presented an opportunity to develop the economy of Sudan in a new way. There was an opportunity there to expand the economic opportunities for the people of Sudan and to stabilize the region. But for months, the Biden administration would not even refer to the term or use the term Abraham Accords. On May of 2021, May 18th of 2021, then White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki demonstrated the contempt that the White House had for the Abraham Accords when she told reporters the following, and I want to quote this: "Aside from putting together a peace proposal that was dead on arrival, we don't think they," meaning the prior administration, "did anything constructive to really bring an end to the longstanding conflict in the Middle East." So that's why I sent President Biden a letter on May 19th of 2021, and I asked him to confirm whether he even supported the Abraham Accords. And Mr. Chairman, I'd like to present this letter for the record. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. What's worse, though, is that we recently saw China advance what I would call an anti-Abraham Accords deal, when you had the chief diplomat of China negotiate a deal in the Middle East between Saudi Arabia and its adversary, Iran. What I would have much preferred to have seen happen would have been to see our own Secretary of State negotiating a deal between Saudi Arabia and Israel, furthering the Abraham Accords. I think we've missed a huge opportunity. But let's turn to the American citizens in Sudan right now. So far, Ambassador Nuland, at least 2 American citizens have already been killed. The intelligence community assesses that the conflict is likely to be protracted, and they're saying little prospect for negotiations. Senator Cardin and I just sent a private letter to Secretary Blinken urging the department to take all necessary steps to protect the lives of U.S. persons that remain in Sudan, particularly as the security situation deteriorates. I'd like to go back to the conversation you had with Senator Ricketts just a minute ago. When I served as U.S. Ambassador to Japan, I understood very clearly the State Department's foremost responsibility is the safety and security of the American citizens in the nation. Where I was serving, and as ambassador there, I worked very closely with both civilian and military leaders to revise and update the plan that I needed to be in a position to evacuate over 60,000 American citizens should that need arise. So, Secretary Nuland, under what conditions would the Biden administration implement the civilian evacuation plan, the non-combatant evacuation operational plan in Sudan to bring the remaining American citizens that are home in Sudan?
Senator Hagerty, we did talk about this a little bit before you were able to join us. We had in total 5,000 Americans registered with the embassy. We were able throughout this conflict to push repeated messages to them requesting information about who wanted to leave. About half of them left on Allied aircraft, the other half left on who wanted to go, some 1,300 total. Left on ground transport that we organized. We are in touch on a weekly basis, daily basis with those who remain for a variety of reasons that you know well, mixed families,
Yes.
Lives built in Sudan.
And I heard that conversation with Senator Ricketts, but what I'm asking specifically is that communication, is this process part of the NEO plan that's been designed?
Yes.
You have a NEO plan in place?
Of course.
And are you prepared to exercise that plan further, and do you have the resources and the necessary capabilities to do that if it's necessary to go in and get the remaining American citizens out who want, again, who, as you say, desire to leave?
As we evaluate the options for Americans, and we are continuing to get out Americans who want to go, if there is a critical mass, we will evaluate whether we need to do more.
I think it's just absolutely critical that we be prepared to execute this. After seeing what happened in Afghanistan, I think the American public was shocked. We don't want to see another failure like this, and I think my office is hearing a great deal of concern about the American citizens that are left behind.
I would also, Senator, invite you, if you have particular Americans you're concerned about, please send them our way, and we will work with them.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.